HESI A2 Ear Anatomy Questions. Question 1. Which option identifies the structure best matching this description? It moves opposite the oval minus window displacement, and it relieves pressure created by fluid movement in the cochlea. Option A, gray matter. Option B, round window. Option C, auditory tube. Option D, choroid plexus. The correct answer is option B, round window. For allowing inner minus ear fluid to oscillate, this structure relieves pressure created by fluid movement in the cochlea. It can also be recognized because it moves opposite the oval minus window displacement. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Question 2. Which option identifies the structure most directly associated with transmitting sound mechanically, and this function passes vibration from the first ossicle to the last ossicle? Option A, cochlea. Option B, incus. Option C, crossed extensor reflex. Option D, sinoatrial node. The correct answer is option B, incus. This structure participates in transmitting sound mechanically. It passes vibration from the first ossicle to the last ossicle, and it occupies the middle position in the ossicular chain. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 3. Which option identifies the structure most directly associated with starting pressure waves in the cochlea, and this function receives vibration from the stapes? Option A, oval window. Option B, sympathetic division. Option C, sinoatrial node. Option D, auditory tube. The correct answer is option A, oval window. This structure participates in starting pressure waves in the cochlea. It receives vibration from the stapes, and it transfers mechanical energy into inner minus ear fluid. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Stressed about your HESI A2? We can take HESI A2 for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. A physiology item gives 2 clues. It carries hearing and balance information to the brain, and it is the 8th cranial nerve. Which option identifies the structure? Option A, stapes. Option B, atrioventricular bundle. Option C, frontal lobe. Option D, vestibulocochlear nerve. The correct answer is option D, vestibulocochlear nerve. The role tested here involves transmitting special minus sense signals. This structure carries hearing and balance information to the brain. It can also be identified because it is the 8th cranial nerve. Question 5. Impairment of which structure would most directly prevent the following function? Detects airborne chemicals dissolved in nasal mucus? Option A, the acetylcholine at autonomic ganglia. Option B, taste bud. Option C, parasympathetic division. Option D, olfactory receptor. The correct answer is option D, olfactory receptor. A key clue is that this structure is a specialized sensory neuron in the upper nasal cavity. It also detects airborne chemicals dissolved in nasal mucus. That combination is central to supporting smell. Question 6. Impairment of which structure would most directly prevent the following function? Contains hair cells that detect sound vibration? Option A, hypothalamus. Option B, organ of Corti. Option C, fovea centralis. Option D, dorsal root. The correct answer is option B, organ of Corti. A key clue is that this structure rests on the basilar membrane within the cochlear duct. It also contains hair cells that detect sound vibration. That combination is central to performing auditory transduction. Question 7. Which option identifies the structure most directly associated with delivering sound energy to inner minus ear fluid, and this function transmits vibration to the oval window? Option A, reticular formation. Option B, infundibulum. Option C, stapes. Option D, withdrawal reflex. The correct answer is option C, stapes. This structure participates in delivering sound energy to inner minus ear fluid. It transmits vibration to the oval window, and it is the smallest bone in the final auditory ossicle. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 8. A physiology item gives 2 clues. It conducts sound toward the tympanic membrane, and it contains hairs and glands that help protect the passage. Which option identifies the structure? Option A, sinoatrial node. Option B, auricle. Option C, cone. Option D, external acoustic canal. The correct answer is option D, External acoustic canal. The role tested here involves delivering sound to the middle ear boundary. This structure conducts sound toward the tympanic membrane. It can also be identified because it contains hairs and glands that help protect the passage. Are you looking for HESI A2 actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access HESI A2 study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get HESI A2 answer key today. Question 9. A review item describes a structure that supports the auditory sensory organ. Which option identifies it? Option A, basilar membrane. Option B, somatic nervous system. Option C, pons. Option D, a postganglionic neuron. The correct answer is option A, basilar membrane. For separating pitches mechanically, this structure vibrates at different locations according to sound frequency. It can also be recognized because it supports the auditory sensory organ. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Question 10. A review item describes a structure that is the first auditory ossicle in the middle minus ear chain. Which option identifies it? Option A, malleus. Option B, limbic system. Option C, vestibulocochlear nerve. Option D, atrioventricular node. The correct answer is option A, malleus. For transmitting sound mechanically, this structure receives vibration directly from the tympanic membrane. It can also be recognized because it is the first auditory ossicle in the middle minus ear chain. The remaining choices have different primary functions or locations. Question 11. A student is reviewing a concept involved in converting sound vibration into neural signals. Which option identifies the structure with this function, contains the sensory apparatus for hearing? Option A, Broca area. Option B, primary motor cortex. Option C, cochlea. Option D, sclera. The correct answer is option C, cochlea. The role tested here involves converting sound vibration into neural signals. This structure contains the sensory apparatus for hearing. It can also be identified because it is a spiral inner minus ear chamber filled with fluid. Question 12. Which option identifies the structure most directly associated with supporting taste in this function, contains receptor cells that detect dissolved chemicals? Option A, taste bud. Option B, withdrawal reflex. Option C, sympathetic division. Option D, tympanic membrane. The correct answer is option A, taste bud. This structure participates in supporting taste. It contains receptor cells that detect dissolved chemicals, and it is located mainly in papillae of the tongue. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 13. Which option identifies the structure most directly associated with supporting balance in this function, detects mainly vertical linear acceleration? Option A, spinal cord. Option B, saccule. Option C, autonomic ganglion. Option D, doval window. The correct answer is option B, saccule. This structure participates in supporting balance. It detects mainly vertical linear acceleration, and it contains an otolith organ oriented differently from the utricle. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 14. A learner connects the clues, collects sound waves and directs them into the ear canal and forms the visible external part of the ear. Which option best matches both clues? Option A, semicircular canals. Option B, auricle. Option C, white matter. Option D, basal nuclei. The correct answer is option B, auricle. The function described is that this structure collects sound waves and directs them into the ear canal. A second identifying feature is that it forms the visible external part of the ear. Together, the two clues explain the role in beginning hearing. Question 15. A student is reviewing a concept involved in protecting normal membrane vibration. Which option identifies the structure with this function, equalizes air pressure across the tympanic membrane? Option A, vestibulocochlear nerve. Option B, pupil. Option C, sclera. Option D, auditory tube. The correct answer is option D, auditory tube. The role tested here involves protecting normal membrane vibration. This structure equalizes air pressure across the tympanic membrane. It can also be identified because it connects the middle ear with the pharynx. Question 16. Which option identifies the structures most important for supporting dynamic equilibrium because they detect rotational acceleration of the head? Option A, occipital lobe. Option B, vitreous humor. Option C, semicircular canals. Option D, crossed extensor reflex. The correct answer is option C, semicircular canals. A key clue is that these structures are arranged in 3 nearly perpendicular planes. They also detect rotational acceleration of the head. That combination is central to supporting dynamic equilibrium. Question 17. Impairment of which structure would most directly prevent the following function? Detects mainly horizontal linear acceleration and head tilt. Option A, choroid plexus. Option B, utricle. Option C, Broca area. Option D, pons. The correct answer is option B, utricle. A key clue is that this structure contains an otolith organ within the vestibule. It also detects mainly horizontal linear acceleration and head tilt. That combination is central to supporting balance. Question 18. A learner connects the clues, detects head position and linear acceleration, and contains the utricle and saccule. Which option best matches both clues? Option A, vestibule. Option B, autonomic nervous system. Option C, amygdala. Option D, aqueous humor. The correct answer is option A, vestibule. The function described is that this structure detects head position and linear acceleration. A second identifying feature is that it contains the utricle and saccule. Together, the two clues explain the role in supporting static equilibrium.
Stressed about your NA-CCMA? We can take NA-CCMA for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done.
Question 19. A learner connects the clues, vibrates in response to sound waves, and separates the external ear from the middle ear. Which option best matches both clues? Option A, tympanic membrane. Option B, frontal lobe. Option C, dorsal root. Option D, a reflex arc. The correct answer is option A, tympanic membrane. The function described is that this structure vibrates in response to sound waves. A second identifying feature is that it separates the external ear from the middle ear. Together, the two clues explain the role in converting air pressure changes into mechanical movement. Question 20. A student is reviewing a concept involved in converting air pressure changes into mechanical movement. Which option identifies the structure with this function, vibrates in response to sound waves? Option A, frontal lobe. Option B, dorsal root. Option C, tympanic membrane. Option D, a reflex arc. The correct answer is option C, tympanic membrane. The role tested here involves converting air pressure changes into mechanical movement. This structure vibrates in response to sound waves. It can also be identified because it separates the external ear from the middle ear. Question 21. Which option identifies the structure with this feature? It moves opposite the oval minus window displacement. Option A, gray matter. Option B, auditory tube. Option C, choroid plexus. Option D, a round window. The correct answer is option D, round window. This structure participates in allowing inner minus ear fluid to oscillate. It relieves pressure created by fluid movement in the cochlea, and it moves opposite the oval minus window displacement. Those details distinguish the tested concept from related choices. Question 22. Which option identifies the structure whose key function is, collects sound waves and directs them into the ear canal? Option A, semicircular canals. Option B, white matter. Option C, auricle. Option D, basal nuclei. The correct answer is option C, auricle. This structure collects sound waves and directs them into the ear canal. It forms the visible external part of the ear. These linked features explain the role in beginning hearing. Question 23. Which option identifies the structure that transmits vibration to the oval window? Option A, reticular formation. Option B, infundibulum. Option C, stapes. Option D, withdrawal reflex. The correct answer is option C, stapes. This structure transmits vibration to the oval window. It is the smallest bone and the final auditory ossicle. These linked features explain the role in delivering sound energy to inner minus ear fluid. Question 24. A physiology item gives two clues. It passes vibration from the first ossicle to the last ossicle, and it occupies the middle position in the ossicular chain. Which option identifies the structure? Option A, incus. Option B, cochlea. Option C, crossed extensor reflex. Option D, sinoatrial node. The correct answer is option A, incus. The role tested here involves transmitting sound mechanically. This structure passes vibration from the first ossicle to the last ossicle. It can also be identified because it occupies the middle position in the ossicular chain. Question 25. Impairment of which structure would most directly prevent the following function? Carries hearing and balance information to the brain? Option A, stapes. Option B, atrioventricular bundle. Option C, frontal lobe. Option D, vestibulocochlear nerve. The correct answer is option D, vestibulocochlear nerve. A key clue is that this structure is the 8th cranial nerve. It also carries hearing and balance information to the brain. That combination is central to transmitting special -sense signals.